playing Assault the Satellite Array. As I was saying here, Grognard's Batavia, the store champ in the burbs of you call this the Chicago land area, right? An hour, it's a little pushing it, but
Yeah,
I'd say
it's still a Chicagoland area.
yeah, why not? Chicago land area is quite large. So we've got a couple of people who have been on our streams a lot in the last few events we've live streamed in person. We've got John Feucht playing, aka Copper Blue, for those of you that play on TTS at home. You might know him as Copper Blue. He's rocking Resistance List, a little different flavor than what Carrie brought, so I thought, why not get that on there? Of course, we got to give it up for Scum, as Dan McGinn bringing his Scum lists. We've seen him play on our stream this list before, including at our last event we did at Spellbound. We'll break down those lists in a moment. We are playing Assault at the Satellite Array. So that means that the final game to determine a world's invite, Stephen, that means it goes down to Salvage Mission, which I actually think is kind of fun.
Everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite. Actually, genuinely, I like Salvage Mission because it turns off. There's a lot of implications with decisions that you make in Salvage. I think it sucks when you can't like barrel roll out of an arc or something, but I think I like
cost.
yeah. The opportunity cost is the most real, and it actually favors low initiative. In the 3 out of the 4 other scenarios that we have, low initiatives tend to not really be favorable, but you get to pick up the crate first. And being low initiative in Salvage, and I like that. I think that, give it up for our low initiative folks out there. What list would you like to break down? I will just do the other one.
Yeah, I'll break down Dan's list.
Cool, go for it. We got
so,
Scum and Villainy.
So Dan McGinn's got awesome to see Scum and Villainy on the table. So we've got Fen Rao in the Fang Fighter, 6-point pilot. Fen Rao is loaded out with Fearless Burnout Thrusters, which I think we're probably going to see pretty quickly with Fen. And then Beskar Reinforced Plating. Next to Fen, we've got the Mandalorian in the Razor Crest with the Child Mandalorian Optics and the Razor Crest title. So there's definitely an illicit that we don't know what it is yet, but it'll reveal itself when the opportunity presents. And then Lee Mackay, so another Initiative 5 and a Y-Wing. So we're gonna have 3 Y-Wings on the table. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
So Lee Mackay is loaded out with Mag Pulse Warhead, so jamming and throwing that crit out there. And then Lee Mackay also has some concussion bombs, so once you drop, you cannot stop. And then the second Y-Wing in the list is our Lee's Hadrassian with the dorsal turret, cluster missiles, and concussion bombs. So there's going to be a lot of bombs getting dropped if these Y-Wings don't go off the table pretty quickly. And then running out the list, everybody's favorite 2-pointer in the Scum faction, good old Bosk in the Z95 with marksmanship and dead man switch. So be careful when you shoot at him, because it may just end up costing you.
It may just cost you a damage. Yeah, Bosk, of course, I think one of the most well-rounded, balanced, fair 2-point options in the game right now. I think so. I was talking to, before I break down John's list, I was talking to Cam Murray, and Cam, he brought up a good point, like that Scum is the most, like, overall just the most balanced faction in the game right now. And I thought about it, and you're like, well, how could that be? And it's true. Within the faction, it is the most balanced within its own faction, right? With list building, I don't think anything stands out as too obvious. If there's obviously things that you would want in your list, like Fen Rao, Lee Mackay, or a couple Bosk, but otherwise there isn't anything we're like, oh, not that again, right? It's not. You see so many different flavors of Scum lists right now. However, why are they doing so poorly overall is because compared to the other factions that are not balanced, it is not fair for Scum. So I would hope to see a lot of aggression taken. If we don't see within the faction aggressive changes, we will see a lot happening with the other strong factions to kind of bring it down to the balance level that Scum has. It's going to be really hard because of the pieces that have been added to the game now. But I just thought that was a really interesting point that he made. I agree with it for sure. That's my Scum rant. We'll talk more about that in a second. I will quickly break down John's list. He is bringing 4 T-70s and a Y-Wing here. Leading off the top of the order here, we got 9 Numb at I-5 with Swarm Tactics, Targeting Synchronizer, Shield Upgrade. Already right off the bat, no Heroic, no Philosopher Paint. no, bullseye shenanigans or weapons, the very different builds that we're seeing on these T70s and what we might be used to. Elo Asti has a shield upgrade and nothing else. Temin Wexley with marksmanship shield upgrade, so really chonky, 8 hit points each. Although we go down to Jess. Jess does not have a shield upgrade. Jess instead has R2D2 for the extra charges for the rerolls / regen. Has that built-in charge reroll for every friendly ship besides her at 0 to 1. She gets to spend a charge and reroll that many dice. That's a recurring charge. And then lastly, Shasa has wartime loadout dorsal in plasma torpedoes. Another plasma torpedo Y-wing here. Those are your lists. Betting is now open. Apologies, Tom or Dungeon Cat. You tried to bet before I opened it. I forgot to open it for a second. Let's see how many bets we can get in. Steven, if you were a betting man, I'll bet on your behalf here in chat here. Who would you bet on? What do you think right off the bat here?
It's interesting. So, I mean, both of them are rocking the 5 ship lists. I think I'd probably give a slight edge to the Resistance. I mean, a combination of one, like they're also chunky,
and they're not scum.
And yeah, it's definitely one of those things where being able to take even take one ship off the table is, it's hard.
It will require more than just one range one shot from Fen Rao.
Who then in turn could just find themselves like, oh no. Yeah, it's I would give the edge to John, but I've seen Dan find this list several times, and it can definitely punch pretty hard. So we'll see how this pans out, but list wise, I would give the edge to John, and we're both good players, so we'll see how it pans out. And if the dice are even, then anything can happen. But if it tilts one way or the other, then that's could ever go wrong with some variance, which we haven't really seen a whole lot so far.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been too. I feel like there have been some bad dice rolls in the games, but that they haven't been the decider, which is nice because that's the way we want games to go, not to be purely determined by dice, as it can be a dice game sometimes. So round 2 is coming up here. I think we're just talking over some triggers right now. Yeah, got cleanup going on. I do want to shout out our sponsor one more time, maybe not the last time today. I have my sponsor read here. I want to make sure give Strata Strike the proper props here. Shout out to Mark at Strata Strike for sponsoring us. Thank you again. All right, here we go. Embark on an unparalleled gaming journey with Strata Strike, where precision meets passion. Check out their crafted wooden and acrylic X-Wing accessories, tokens, and organizers. I can speak to the accessories and the templates. I have an amazing Scum template set. Check those out. They also have that's not in the sponsor read. I just added that. They also have an extensive collection of tabletop games, including Magic the Gathering, Arkham Horror, and many more accessories to support those games. You can save 15% off today using coupon code 312 Squadron. That's a capital S, all lowercase, QUADRON, all one word, 312 Squadron. Exclamation point sponsor in the chat. If you want to use a link, that will help save Mark in Etsy fees. That's store-wide using that coupon code. Appreciate you, Mark. Thank you so much. Strata Strike has been an amazing partner with us with prizes for our tournaments and giveaways and helping us run our events. And he's also a Capone patron as well. Just recently signed up, which is amazing. So really, really sweet of him to back us like that.
No, and their accessories are fantastic. And their most recent wave of acrylic tokens with the glitter.
Yes,
that's really, really fantastic looking stuff.
So this is a spoiler. There are things like that coming to patrons, along with some other amazing, really exciting things. The first batch of quarterly rewards are going to be incredible. So we've already ordered that stuff, so that's coming soon. So February, patrons will get their quarterly rewards. It is very exciting for sure. So here we go, player cam. I love having an alternate camera that kind of takes you out from just that static view of the game. Obviously, planning phases can take a little while. It's good to be able to take a step back and see beyond just the hands and the fingers of the players moving their stuff around. They're the players themselves.
Liking that artwork behind.
Yeah, I love the backdrop. I always get excited when I get to stage in an area that has like things on the walls, like you have those cool stands, the Warhammer stand. The Crossroads stream setup is still by far like my favorite. Family Time Games put up the huge X-wing banner behind. It was awesome. It was beautiful. It was like super cool. I had a lot of fun doing that stream with Matt, Carey, and you were there, Steven. We drove back together.
We did indeed.
All right, looking at the positioning here, so back to the game, of course. Look at the positioning. We've got a joust that isn't going to go Scum's way at the bottom. The Y-Wings are going to just... Oh, gosh, I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic, but if they just go at each other, it's not going to go well.
Although I'll say this, if they're focusing in on the Y-Wings, I mean, they can take a bit of a beating, but they're only 3 points.
They are cheap, indeed.
And so it's one of those things where, like, if you're only if you're losing one Y-Wing, and then the Mandalorian can focus fire into something else, you might just find yourself in a position where it's like, oh, like I'm a point ahead because your ships are 4 points and mine are only 3.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, kind of looking at, I mean, I feel like Mando is probably gonna do a 4 straight.
There we go. We got a little dice cup roll there. Ooh, it looks like it's going to be John. Slide that token over. Yeah, Mandalorian's is in a spot he could take advantage of a little flanking opportunity.
Or maybe even the 3, and then he can ping all 3 of those objectives. I think he might.
Oh, the 3 straight, yeah.
I think that might get him into... He would have range 1 on all of them. It's close.
Yeah, it depends. I think if Elo, Too Hard from Elo might still be close enough to that one. Not sure. But we are going to bank, actually, so we're going to... I think maybe we're trying to catch the Mandalorian here. Looks like Shasta is trying to bring in the Mandalorian cold, if you know what I mean. Did you see that announcement about the Mandalorian Grogu movie?
It'll be great to see the little guy on the big screen.
Yeah. I don't want to be a hater. I'm gonna sound like one. The charm of Grogu is worn off on me a little bit. I think they abused it a little bit in Book of Boba Fett. I don't know. I also liked when the Grogu was just known as the child. There's that like mystique.
Yeah, for certain.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But yes, seeing anything Star Wars on the big screen, it's always fun. When you and I and Andrew saw Phantom Menace on the big screen, that was pretty cool. And Duel of the Fates came on, and you're right. Like, Duel of the Fates hits different. So when you are in a movie theater, for sure. Like, I can only imagine what it would have been like hearing that song for the first time and seeing Maul's second, blade come out of his lightsaber. People are freaking out about that.
I mean, I can remember back when the Duel of the Fates, when the music video, like when they had like the world premiere, and it was on MTV, and it was like they had it on for an hour straight, and
amazing.
And then it was one of those things where after I watched, like, well, let's put it on VH1 and see what's on VH1. So the whole subsequent next hour was Duel of the Fates on VH1. So it was like 2 hours straight, and it was that song is just amazing. I was fortunate I got to hear it performed live once by the Chicago Symphony Orchestra when John Williams was conducting, and it was just
gosh.
That was definitely one of those things where it's like you don't ever forget that.
No, I mean that's if you're gonna have a bucket list of things you want to do in your life and you die happy, I certainly would want something like that on there, for sure. All right, so here comes our leads with just a 2 straight. Now all of a sudden it looks like the Y-Wings are doing the flanking, and we're gonna take a target lock. It's like that. It looks like that might be range 2 in for the cluster missile. Bosk is he's doing what Bosk does, right?
He's like there. It's like I'm gonna get my points.
Yeah. My least favorite part of Assault is the toilet bowling of objectives. I feel like early in the game it's fine, but when you get to the end game and you have pieces that are just like never engaging, I'm not saying that either of these players would do that, but I wouldn't fault someone for it either. When free points are free points, or easy points are easy points. It's the only thing that I'm like not a huge fan of. Nice. Just fits there. That is Nian. A little bank up. So it appears that the target priority for Dan at the bottom is going to be Jess Pava, who usually when I play, I don't know about you, Steven, but when I play against Jess list, I'm always going for Jess first if I can.
So it's interesting because I'm actually usually the entire opposite way around, where it's just like it always feels like she's a trap.
She can be.
Because it's just her. I mean, her reroll ability is just
Yeah.
can become really frustrating, and like chances are you're not going to be able to. You're not going to get her off in one round. Whereas at least with the rest of the T70s, you have that possibility.
It's interesting you say that. I think the benefits of shooting at Jess early is that she is low initiative, so you can burn a lot of what she wants to use for her offensive attack. And the other thing that I like is with the ship count, if you do focus fire her, at the very least, you're getting her to blow through all these R2 charges, these R2D2 charges, so that when you do go after her, you get the damage and you're keeping that damage on her. Mm-hmm. But you're right. Rerolls are rerolls. They can defensively, if you get her to spend the focus early, her rerolls become significantly worse. And again, she's burning through all these charges to do it, so it can be. Yes.
Getting in there.
There we go. Nicely done by Dan there, getting into the face of Temin Wexley.
I think it's also one of those things like depending on Jess's loadout with R2D2, it's like I wouldn't even bother. Whereas like if she's carrying a M9G8 to help somebody else out, then I think it makes it a little bit easier because then she has to decide, well, am I using my reroll on offense or defense? But with regen and rerolls all built in, like with R2D2, it's just she's a tank. Here's Fen, range 1.
Fearless, make it fun.
Yeah.
Make it fun. Do it. Spend it all. Do it.
Keeping the focus.
Oh, no.
No. He's going for violence.
No, he pulled it out. I would have spent it. I don't know. I would have spent it. So gonna have to spend to take it. Well, actually, you have 4 shields, so takes 3 shields.
Takes 3 shields down. So it looks like he's going to go range 2 into Fen. Only for 1 hit.
Nope.
Fen's like, no, I got this.
Not today.
Well, it's range 3, even better.
All right, we are reaching out there, range 3 into. It's like one of these. Oh, the Y-wing is purple. I think that must be Lima. That was the one that I couldn't see. I remember being like, I can't see that one.
Got the 3 hits. And the Y-wing's going to take it all.
All right. Into the hole already.
All right.
Let's listen in.
And then Pava will do the same shot.
Also range 3, I believe.
Range 3.
Yep. Come on, Lima. Let's roll some evades, Lima.
I would get the reroll here, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to spend this.
So now just the reroll coming up for defense. Jess spends the focus on the shot
Lima rolling 2.
into Lima Kai.
2 evades.
Lima,
2
he asked for the
evades.
evades
One
and he
more.
gets it. Ask and you shall
Lima still has
receive.
4 health left.
All right, that's my
Down to
five.
4.
All right, so my 5s. We're going to start with Lima shooting at Jess.
I mean, hey, yeah, 2 decent shots into Jess
We're
here.
gonna
You can at least get into the hole of
shoot
Jess. No shield upgrade on
Mac
Jess
plus 1.
either.
We will
Mag
spend the
Pulse is
lock.
interesting here for Lima.
So
You usually
that's
always see
this lock
plasmas,
here.
but a different flavor of missile here.
For only 2, 1.
Oh, yeah, Jess is probably gonna be fine. Jess is fine.
One.
Damn. All right. So that's
Return of,
and then
Potty Mouth
Mando.
McGinn.
I know that. I don't think it was. We had somebody who was like just like constantly swearing. It was really funny though. It was just like thought it was hilarious. I feel like it's too much to ask for, and hard to remember to ask for players to like not let out the S, the occasional beep, whatever. I swear sometimes on stream. It's fine. Just don't make a habit of it. We're good. I also don't believe that like 5-year-olds watch X-Wing on Twitch. You should be careful what you watch on Twitch anyways, because there's a lot of bad content on Twitch. So hit crit here. Whose shot is this? Oh, is this?
Temin?
Oh,
Yeah,
into
Temin.
yeah.
Yeah, and Fen is just like,
Into
nope.
Fen. Yeah, I see Fen. Like mathematically on 4 dice, you expect almost 2 evades, right? So like he spent the focus there to get the 5 hits. Fen like probably only takes 1 or 2 damage if he does take damage. But Dan being conservative because he knows Fen is his most reliably hardest hitting piece. I think we now. This is Arlee's. This is a primary. It was just out of range 2, unfortunately, to be able to fire the cluster missile. We're gonna spend the lock.
He's debating it right now. It might honestly be worth holding on to it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's what he's gonna go.
Not a guaranteed second hit, right? And Jess hasn't even taken any damage yet and has rerolls if she needed it. 1, Jess is fine. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, shooting in the Mandalorian. I think this is range 2. This is Shasa. Oh no, the Mandalorian. Yeah, I'm putting it the wrong ship. Shasa rolls crit. The Mandalorian. What does he say? 2 evades. Emphatically drops the dice cup to reveal the 2 evades, like the Nicholas God. A little rubbing it.
No, he really does love the
dice
the
cup.
dice
Yeah.
cup. I think it was very quickly after Worlds that he leaned pretty hardcore into that.
One of my favorite moments is in Nicholas God. Spent like extra time like stroking whatever, and then like another like 5 seconds it reveals a blank out. I was
Like heroic.
I was like, oh, it's amazing. It's perfect. I loved that. That was like he thought the extra suspense was gonna help him, but it reveals a blank out was just so beautiful. So all right,
Looks like we're back to dials, and I think it's going to be 3 points for Dan, and one for John.
1, 2, 3. Yep, it's contested at the top. Yep, you got it. Let's see. I forgot to tell them about this little scoreboard. Oh, they did it. Nicely done. All right.
Yeah, they're pros. They know what they're doing.
They've been up there a few times. Sometimes like both of them like they're used to doing it, but then when they I have it backwards.
You do.
1, 2, 3. Thank you. 1. Appreciate that. See, without Steven looking out, this would be the worst stream of all time.
No, far from it.
Spider Manny is saying Jess can go down a 1 round taken from me. Clearly, you don't know how to play Jess, Manny. So I was gonna say, I was thinking about my games with Manny because Manny and I play against each other all the time. He plays Resistance all the time. He plays Jess a lot, and in the games where I'm able to kill Jess, I go after Jess first. She's kind of like left out in that state of limbo where she's like, he's only able to back up a shot, like he's only able to respond the shots coming into Jess with like maybe 1 other ship. So like Jess is the target, and if you get 2 or 3 shots into her, again, you get her to spend the focus. You get into the hole, and then all of a sudden you just get range 1, and it's just like it doesn't matter, right? So, but again, it's all about how your play style and how you play her. I think you're right in terms of if she's sitting out there at range 3 with a focus, how all her rerolls and you're taking shots at her, like with Dan's list, like with the Scum Y-Wings, it feels like it's just a waste of time. But like when Vader taking shots or whoever just has a more power level, I think it's more beneficial. So it just really depends. So TLDR, it all depends. And it's like the same kind of thing with people who say like, oh, Luke never dies. Like, man, I play Luke all the time, and like Luke blanks out multiple times when I play him. It's all confirmation bias. And then there are games where he rolls like natty evades or natty eyeballs or whatever every round you shoot at him, and then he regens, and it's like, man, why do we even bother? But it's almost similar. And I know that Luke doesn't get all the rerolls, but with the regen that he has in the Force, sometimes it does feel like he's a trap as well. But we still go after him first, and we still prioritize getting rid of him first. So it's just like, and both our X-wings, although Jess a little more tanky, but lower initiative. I just think it's interesting the comparisons between the two. The situations can be very similar. All right, and it looks like it's going to be John remaining first player here into round 3. Curious if Fen, like, what would you do? Fen, do you think a 2-bank or a 2-hard with Fen?
He's stressed. I'd probably do the 2-turn.
2-turn, yeah, I think 2-turn. 2-turn seems more blockable. A 2-bank doesn't seem like John would have to like hard turn and then barrel roll or something with LO. That's the challenge once you're stressed with the Fang Fighter is picking the maneuver that isn't as predictable, because the 2-hard is just so good, but it feels more obvious.
All right, so Jess is coming in to push into the Y-wings. Grabbing the focus. That's an interesting choice with the barrel, because I think that might move shots outside of range 1 of that objective. It's close.
Yeah, I think she's still there. Keep in mind, yeah, 9 is over there as well. I think he'll be there. And we might be sitting on the gas cloud here. No, just past it.
He made it over.
He made it over. All right. Just a little bit of room there.
I don't want anything to do with Fenrir.
Yeah, I'm good.
So Dan's like, no, you take a strain.
And
no ion.
I think we're 3 for 3 with eyeball rolls on ions. There was a lot of gas cloud hitting in your guys' game, you and John. Gas clouds were popular.
I mean, we had 6 of them, so.
I honestly thought that was going to be the game decider when Han first turn hit that gas cloud and wasn't participating in the engage. That was a big turn for you there. So, double tapping with rerolls he wasn't able to do.
Bosca's doing the 2-turn.
Bosca's fine. Barrel.
I don't know if he needs to. No, he's got range 1 there. So
I think it's maybe just distance for no. He's going to stay there from 10.
So I have a feeling that Boss is just going to enjoy his Mario Kart Mario Kart life over there.
All right, Arlee's just a 1 straight.
Might be potentially still in range 1 of the top.
Yeah, it's possible. That back corner could still clip for sure. Lima is the one that's taking the damage. It's taken 4 so far. And we're going to bank up. Have no fear, Nia Num is here. Just gonna chill on top of the objective there. Probably just take a focus. Looks like Merciless Pursuit. We see one on 9, and I'm trying to see where the other one is right now. Oh, Shasa has it as well. And we're actually going to take a target lock on the Mandalorian. Listening to some Mandalorian music by one of the most incredible composers actively making music, Ludwig Göransson. Last night on the drive here and on the way home. Man, has that guy had? I mean, he is
Fantastic composer.
the last year of his career has it exploded. He's already broken through the door a few years ago with working with Christopher Nolan, but obviously the Oppenheimer soundtrack I think has pushed him to new heights.
Yeah, super excited to see that he got his Golden Globe.
Yeah, he'll get his Oscar as well. I don't think anybody's even coming close to. He deserves it, man. He's so talented. It's really awesome. Music is such an amazing part of
That
our
boost is
favorite
interesting
stories.
to me.
Yes. I don't know if you can. You're ionized, right? You can't. He has an ion token? I'll check it and I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think you can.
Actually, so these two are not going to tap, actually. These are going to stay untapped. But it's still going to be the same amount. But I'm using her to do it because if I overhit it with her, I'm trying to still play at the same time. So I still, it'll be the same amount. But I'm just playing 8 lands. It's still 60 lands. It's just if I did this.
John and I give each other a lot of crap because at Dragonfall, he was playing a game on stream and he was playing a Decimator who's assaulted the satellite array, and he accidentally was dragging all his tokens towards his Decimator, and he just like dragged the objective with it, and it was conveniently at range 1. And so I went over and like moved it out of range 1 of his ship, and I always tease him about that moment. So I walked over there like, well, John, you're at it again, huh? Yeah, so once you're ionized, you immediately can only focus as your action, and that's...
Did he grab his focus token?
I don't even... I don't know. I feel like telling him he could do an action is a little different.
Fair enough.
That's more of a May thing or just
that's
something.
not-
That's not on me.
Yeah, that's up to him.
That's up to him.
You're not wrong.
You got a lot of props and commendment from your fans. There are a lot of fans in the chat of you, Steven. Your first round of how kind you were at reminding your opponent about their triggers, which I definitely appreciate. Just the Han re-rolls, little things like stuff like that. I think.
I mean, John's a really good friend, and it was one of those things where, there's been probably like a core group of probably about like eight to 10 of us that have been at just about every store championship, and so many of us like have come so close to getting the invite, that you root for those guys. So
Yeah.
and especially for me, like knowing that I'm not going to be at Adepticon. Whoa, Mando blew all the way past.
Playing like a horror soundtrack now. I'm trying to switch the music. It's not working. I like it though. It's very scary.
So he's going to grab the stress focus.
I got like Kodamas and stuff like that, and Kodamas would literally just kill me too, because it's basically.
It's not my move?
Yeah, it's also just one of those things where anytime you can do the right thing, the right thing.
Yeah, I think people have done a good job of kind of rethinking holding things so close to the vest with certain things. I found myself in a position where I was helping my opponent so much that I was helping them beat me, so I kind of took a step back on doing that at tournaments. Casually, it's a little different.
Okay, so Dan is debating right now if he wants to put Fenn in a position to attack. I would honestly probably just keep him back here to hold on to that objective point.
So he went too straight.
He did.
Steven, I gotta be honest, I don't understand why he went too straight.
Well, he's probably pondering a burnout slam.
Yeah, but why not just too hard and still be at the objective and have a shot? The only downside of using the burnout slam now is you're using it now and you get to deplete, so your shot at like range 2 of a Y-wing or whatever is not very good.
Yeah. So I would probably maybe just grab a target lock right now.
Yeah, let's listen here.
Go ahead and take the focus for now.
Sounds good.
So
That doesn't-
focus tokens. There we go. Yeah.
That I don't. Now is the time to take a lock. Don't.
All
yeah.
right,
Start
so
engagement as swarm
Or
tactics.
maybe he's worried about being in range 2 of the Y-wing.
But too far.
yep.
So too
Oh, the
far,
dorsal
so no
turret?
swarm tactics.
Yeah.
So no swarm tactics.
Is it? Oh, is it
Okay.
to the side? Okay.
Fenrau
Got
has
it. He
no
is taking a shot.
So your
That makes
5
sense.
gets to shoot
Five.
first.
We'll start with the range 1 from Elo.
Okay.
No mods.
Yeah. What if he had taken the
just
focus?
The
Crit.
crit. I tried to. It's too late.
All right.
I should have had a focus, right? I mean, but okay.
There it is.
So
There it is.
all right. So that's Elo, and then 9.
Yeah. Man, steaming about that.
Range
He's
1.
reeling,
Range
folks.
1.
Range 1 here from 9. That's pretty good.
And
You have the lock?
Spin the lock.
You have a
Good.
lock.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Just 3.
3. Okay. So Mando, rolling 2. All right. So that blank becomes a focus, and
Doesn't he need 2 ships?
I'm not taking any more shots except this
In
range
his fire-
0 attack.
Yeah, he's got it.
Who's it?
So,
Where's
no,
it?
so it's
So-
it's not in his firing arc.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
faced that
on
way.
opponent
That's a range
ships.
0. It's
Oh,
only 2
in.
dice, right?
2 dice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
pretty good.
spend this focus
Yep.
for the 2 evades. Or no, I know I'm not. Sorry.
Spend the force.
I'm gonna spend
You'll
the
get it back.
force to change that to an evade to take 1 damage.
All right. So the Mandalorian takes 1.
You know, a smart player like me, I should have spent that lock so that I could get it back with the child, but I didn't.
Spend that.
Oh, that's a great
and
point.
then I get the
Jeez.
force back.
John is playing
Okay.
8D chess against
Almost did
himself
that
right
the
now.
wrong way. All right, and I maintain my focus.
Merciless
Okay, that's
Pursuit, he
fine.
would have got the lock
All
back
right.
immediately.
So
Spent
then,
it.
right, my 5s need to shoot. Right?
Yep.
My 5s. Okay, so we'll do the range 0 into Sasha. Come on, Mando. Hey, we'll take that.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Mando lighting it up for 3 hits.
Shasa rolls that 1 and rolls the blank. Shasa takes 3 at range 0. We love the range 0 shots here. RNG for the loss / for the win. How many players? Sorry, Matt, you didn't answer that right away. We had 16. We started with 16. We've had a few drops. You can do exclamation point lists in the chat. You want to just take a look. Faction breakdown. It's I think Dan's the only one playing Scum. Got a couple Republic. I think we had a couple Empire. We have a Separatist who is 2-0 has started this round, so we'll see how Paul is doing. Resistance. We've seen a couple Resistance, including the one on stream here. I don't know about First Order. Oh, I know Matt Sato is playing First Order, so I think every faction has been represented today,
Which is exciting.
which is good. Yeah.
Okay, great. That's mission accomplished. All right. So those are
All
my
right, so it
5s.
looks like Jess spent the focus
Then we go to your 4.
at the range 0 shot.
Which I don't think has a shot. No, yeah, I do. Out here at
Range 3 in a
Bosk. Sure, I've got nothing else. No. So, yeah, range 3 at Bosk.
Uh-oh.
3 dice.
The shot into Bosk.
For
No!
just the 1.
All right, and Bosk is going to roll 3. Plenty of evades.
Okay.
Okay.
Bosk's going to roll like that, Steven. I think we're in for
So those are your
a
4s.
fun night.
So we go to my 4s.
Boss sticking around and
Bosk gets
Mario
no
Karting
shot,
that
but
objective.
Arliss is going to take the range 1.
Yeah, you can't go wrong when those reptilian
dorsal
scales are
turret
just
shot.
like, no, I've got you, buddy. You are well protected.
Yeah.
Spend that focus for 2.
2 hits.
Takes
Arlise
2.
decided to keep the target lock. Jess Pava.
Okay.
is taking 2. Not going to re-roll. Can't re-roll.
right.
No friendlies nearby.
Then my.
You could do -2
freeze.
shields on Jess
Yes.
for me, Steven. Thank you.
He has no
Thank
shot,
you,
right?
sir.
He has no shot.
Okay. So we'll go.
Range 0 into Lima.
Range 0.
Lima has taken damage.
For
Just
one.
1
Lima
at
rolling
range
1.
0. Jess
Way
gets
to evade, way
the
to go,
evade there
Lima.
against Jess. Lima rolls out of it.
So you got the range 0 there. You got to focus. It's too far away, so I have to go range 0.
All right, 2 dice in the Mandalorian. Hey, hit crit.
Okay. Mando rolling 2.
Man, RNG,
Okay,
range
so
0.
blank becomes.
Oh,
a
that's so
focus 'cause
good.
I've
Yeah.
got 2
No, he's
arcs
gotten
there.
really good at
So now I will
utilizing Mando's
spend,
ability. Because I know it's always one of those things where you
Oh
can
yeah, I spent a
oftentimes
force
forget
last
it.
time, so
Yeah.
I'm spending the
He's
focus
he's
this
pretty
time
rock. He's rock
for
solid
2
on that
evades.
now.
I feel like when the couple times I played him, I just don't have.
So those are your 3s.
That's it.
I'm
it.
taking
And
shots at range
so-
3, or they're only taking 1 shot at
Let's
range
see, I've
1. And it's
got
just like not
this
able to use it. But
one.
yeah, you're right. He's done a good job this round, especially.
Ooh, it's out on here.
It's out. So you get this one,
And I get this one.
and you get this one's contested.
That one's contested. Right, because you've got 2. And then this is the
Wow,
key.
is this another 3 to 1?
Is it contested or do I have it? Let me mark out Lima.
Sure.
And then see if Arliz is close enough. Otherwise,
This actually
it's
might be a
contested.
3-0.
All right, so. All right, there we go. Okay, got that.
Or even a 4. Hey, look at that 3-1-2 marker there. Look at that. Look at that,
What
Steven.
a-
Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh my God.
He
Alright,
loves that
so-
marker.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, because you've got 2 here and I've got 2. All right, so I have
2.
I do have more of them.
1, 2.
Just need to paint
3.
them.
3.
I painted them all
3,
by
2,
hand.
That's
0.
dedication.
0.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm quite I feel like if people don't think I'm dedicated at this point, I don't think I'll convince them.
Goes away,
So,
focus goes
did
away,
he say it was it?
goes away.
Yeah.
I thought you had it.
This stress is on Lima. Focus.
Let's see what they have on their side. 6 to 1. Yeah. Another 3 points there for Dan.
He's done
Wrong one.
He's
Wrong
done
one.
a great job so far of leveraging his, leveraging Mando to get using that medium base to get those extra objective points.
I mean,
and
that's a
John-
5 point. That's really gonna come into play in over the next 2 rounds to help Dan to pad his lead, because again, there's so much health in those T70s. You need to widen that gap. Assault is a good scenario to be able to buffer any worst case scenarios with losing ships.
So
Sup, Nick? Will you be at LBO? I will be at LBO. What's up, Edward? Thanks for swinging by, man. Looking forward to seeing you. I'll be making more content there, although I'll be using my phone. I'm going to make some YouTube Shorts stuff. Talk to people at LBO. Won't be using the camera this time. Yeah, man. Look forward to it.
although I will say that I mean John is behind right now, but if there's a faction in the game that can just catch up really quickly by mowing down a bunch of ships, it's the Resistance.
Yep.
So
It is useless to resist. I'm going to ask about unhiding the lists.
So looking at the board right now, like I would anticipate the boss is just going to continue his 2-turn around that top left objective, and then for the Y wings, probably just another one, like probably another 1 straight with Lee Mackay, and then maybe a one bank or a 2, yeah, probably like a 1 bank with Arlene's. I think Fenn's in a good spot right now where like he could do a 1 turn barrel roll focus and then still hold on to that bottom objective and then have a shot this round. And then I know Dan hasn't revealed his illicit underneath the Razor Crest title, but I have a strong suspicion that with all the target locks that have been out there, that he's probably got contraband cybernetics underneath. So seeing a 5K from Mando, or maybe just another 1 straight. Just keeping them like jamming into.
I like the 5K. Yeah, get your firing arc back on ships you can do damage to, modify your dice with. Allows you to come back in and try to claim a few more points the following round as well if you go fast enough. Really quickly, while we're still planning, I just wanted to show Steve and I were both at Crossroads, and it's gotten so much darker. I'm going to need to turn this up here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that was an amazing tournament at Crossroads. They great TO. The store was fantastic. And the prize support that they had was just absolutely amazing.
Yes, and we don't need to type 312, so don't ignore that. Ignore those things. But I want to show you guys really quick for the next sub goal at 80. I have these a full set of these the Crossroads, these thin felt backed objectives here. Let's see, Steven, why don't you duck really quick and see if you duck, it might focus. Let's see. Oh man, this camera, I love it, I hate it sometimes. I don't think it's gonna work. But anyways, you can see it on the, we tried, thanks Steven. But you guys can see the picture of it here. That's what they look like. They're cool, like Death Star schematics. So at 80, we'll give away a set of those.
Having the felts on the other side is like makes it super nice, so you don't have to worry about having like painter's tape or.
They stick well.
They do indeed.
They're very nice. So yeah, that is the next goal. Thank you to Marcel and to Gordon for getting us to 70 to give away the Crossroads card set, and we are well on our way. Much appreciated, everyone. Wanted to take while we had the time as we started to move. What's his face? It took me a second, dude.
The bombs are.
You know I love you.
The bombs are coming now.
I will always remember you, even if I didn't even remember my own name sometimes. Like, my name's like Bob or Jerry. Jeff. My name's Jeff. Here we go with the concussion bombs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as to which direction Jess went.
Yeah, hopefully not towards the bombs. I think a too hard fits for Jess without hitting the rock. I want to say yes.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah, I thought that's the move. I don't think there's anything. Nothing else seems good.
Yep, he remembered the bombs. It's always one of those things where, like, you remember matches where you're flying against a bomb dropping list and you forget about them. And then you're like, oh no.
Yeah,
It's one of the worst.
your
feelings.
heart sinks. Yeah,
Like, what was I thinking?
I know. That's always how they get you, or just the psychological effects of your, like. That's the great thing about bombs is that even if you just don't drop them,
You have to account for them.
your opponent has to keep it in mind. That's what I love about seismic charges as well. They're so cheap and just like, you know what, I'm good. And your opponent's like, crap. Well, I dialed everything in, think he was going to drop it, so I didn't get to do the moves I wanted to do. And there is that 3-1-2 marker making another appearance. Look at that. Paid Dan a lot of money to do that. A lot. You don't want to know how much. It was a lot.
I mean,
Like, take whatever's in my savings and double it. I took out a loan. Is that much?
he does have a daughter in college. That's important.
Yeah. College, not known for being cheap.
So I'm going to text you the 60s.
All right, so Shasa gonna leapfrog over. Is that Elo? Yeah, leapfrog over Elo. Yeah, Elo. We know where Elo's gonna be. It's gonna be scooching straight with the Ion token there, doing the Ion menu there. And here come the Y-Wings, folks. The moment you've been waiting for, the pursuit of Nian Num. As Arlise does a 3-bank sitting right behind Nian right now. Not sure where Nian is first player right now. Is Dan, okay, so Nian will not be necessarily very close to Arlise by the time he moves. The Mandalorian will be moving first. Arlise takes a lock on him. It's Mario Kart time. Look at that. How exciting, how thrilling.
Although this will be the last turn that will be uncontested. We'll have a shot coming in from Jess, so we can't just enjoy that corner of the board to himself anymore.
It was fun while it lasted. He had 2 rounds of it. So you'll technically have 3 by the end of this. Although Temin boosts in, there you go. He'll be in there. Oh, that's not going to fit.
Oh no. Nope. So the free boost fails. So I'm guessing we're going to see a focus token now?
Yep. I think he smelled blood in the water. He was like really wanted that shot. But no, yeah, definitely not going to clear that boost. So, but the perks of Temin, you can try it for free, and then you can still do your actions. No harm, no foul. And we see here
Some precision flying.
I really like the way Dan has flown. Everybody to Fenrouse 2 straight is the only thing I didn't like, but everything else has been solid. Like very clear, yeah, precision flying, as you said. The Mandalorian getting those triggers with him. He's putting himself in a position to just get objective points. He's winning the objective race by 5 right now. And the Mandalorian is going to go 2 straight. Okay. Man, when I've had an instance where I was playing the Raise Your Crest, and I had like a damaged engine and multiple stress. I think I had like 3 stress, and I was halfway across the board and ended up flying off the board.
Oh no.
I couldn't clear my stress. I couldn't turn. It was really funny. Everyone could see it from a mile away. It's like, oh no, I'm not gonna have the room.
All right, so Lima's definitely is certainly in a position where that could be trouble.
Lima Kai could be Lima KIA. Could be reordering the last name there in a moment. Am I right, Steven? Get
You're not
pretty
wrong.
good joke there. That's expert level commentary for you folks. Keeping score at home. Write that down. Jot it down in the ledger on the side there. Expert, EXPERT. Level, LEVEL. Commentary, COMMENTARY. That's
Yeah, because it looks like Lima's going to have shots from both Elo and Nien, and that feels like the path to a dead Y-Wing.
yeah. The path to a dead Y-Wing. I like that.
Did the too hard. So I'm wondering if he does the barrel, if that gets him back to range 1 of the top right objective.
Six times, and if any of them were to die, I proc. I do the proc thing. And then every single time I create a token, I put +1/+1 on each creature I control. Each formation on target Herbok becomes a token version of himself. It's also legendary. Herbok effect activates. Station.
Mandalorian kind of in the way. Fenn's like, you mind? Get out of there. What are we? So let's listen in here.
And go after these guys. Take a shot at Sasha. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right, I'm gonna do it for you.
So we're going to do burnout thrusters. Too hard in. There you go. Woo!
Okay. Hello, gas cloud. Very
That was
close.
closer than I thought, but we'll get a shot. And so I am depleted. Where's the deplete tokens?
So instead
These
of
are all strains.
with burnout, it allows you
I'm
to
gonna put
swap
in
out the
deplete.
disarm
Sorry,
token
Sperry.
for a deplete token,
Deplete tokens, baby.
which is especially good on Fenn because if you can get range 1 of somebody, he still gets
And
4
round
dice
deplete
even with the
token.
deplete
And
token.
you take a. That's your action.
That's it. That was my action, was to do the burnout.
All right, start engagement. Swarm tactics. Everyone is too far away.
Well,
That would-
after activation, bomb goes off.
bomb goes off. Yep.
Nobody gets bombed. All right.
Just measure range 1, so nothing. So no swarm tactics.
Okay.
You're a 6.
All right, my 6. I'm depleted, so I'm going to take the pot shot at Sasha. That's definitely obstructed.
Range 2.
Yep.
Yep, range 2 through the
Ooh,
slot.
just range 2.
Almost range 3. So it's just 2 instead of 4. Ah, too bad.
Did he just say he
All right.
thought that was range 3?
2 hit? 1 hit. I was all excited. I think, too.
I don't think so, Dan.
No, He's shooting at me. I'm not shooting at anybody. I'm good. I'll spend the focus.
Okay, to not take any damage.
Not taking any damage.
Okay, it's fine.
Deplete's gone.
All right. Okay.
Your 5s.
No shot there. So,
Lima Kai.
Lima. So, full health for 9.
Correct.
And how many health left on Elo?
Full.
Full.
Full health
Yeah.
on both of them. All right. But 9 doesn't have a focus token, correct?
Correct.
All right, so we'll take the range 1 into 9.
9 has a lock on Lima right now because that was his action. That's why he doesn't have a focus.
And that's all we have because we have no mods.
Only
because
one.
We're stressed because I took that stress focus like a dummy. Oh, but we get 1 through.
Hey, 9 takes 1.
On to numb.
Okay, so that's my 5s.
Okay.
Your 5s.
So the shield upgrade
We'll
is
start with the range.
been pinged off.
1 from Elo.
Gone
I
is the
believe.
shield upgrade.
I don't.
Ooh, is it range 1?
I don't know if it's an arc.
Oh, I think it's on. Yeah. Judge.
Judge call time.
Judge.
Judge. Is that an arc? Oh yeah, never mind.
Oh, never mind. We're good.
Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was like.
Don't mind me. I'm an idiot. Wishful thinking. Oh, you don't have arc? What are you talking about?
All right. So then the range, though, is the question.
Do you want to call a judge for that?
Judge.
And then just send the judge away. They called him for the other reason, not for arc, but for
Yeah,
rage.
can
And
you
then
check the
Jed's like, "No, you're good."
range
And then he's like, "Oh wait, we need the judge."
There.
Still need the judge.
So it's range, not arc.
It's range on arc check. So
Yes. Is it range 1 or is it range 2?
What do you think? If you were to guess,
Yeah.
think it's range 1?
It looks like it was range
Yeah.
2, but
Okay.
they're,
do whatever you want.
they're doing all the right
you want
things.
the see-through one, or you want this?
Probably the see-through.
I'll try to use the see-through. Okay, so where am I going?
Here to here.
Range.
Is it range 1?
Problem I have is
I don't think
along the arc.
Okay, so
And
2.
if I move this way,
Yeah, it should be always put the middle line on the
Yeah.
firing arc, not off to the side.
Good deal.
I like measuring arc with this range.
Oh yeah.
Perfectly.
I didn't hear
Range
what
2
Esqual said.
shots.
Range 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So Steven, you're right. You win $1 million Nick Sperry bucks. Congratulations. You got your bet right. All right. So there.
Gunman focus. No,
Hit crit Lima.
Got an
Rolls the
evade.
evade. Hit crit.
So 1 hit on Lima. 1 crit on Lima. Fuel leak. Lima has 2 left.
Okay.
A fuel leak.
Range 1 shot
With these
from
gas
Lima.
prices, that's
Yeah.
tough.
All right. That was already in
Boo.
there.
Oh, thank you. Didn't see that over there.
Yeah.
Spend the target lock
Yeah, I
Lima's
think at
dead.
this
I
point
mean,
in time, it
Lima's
doesn't
already
matter.
dead.
Yep.
That is a
For
dead
Lima.
Lima.
with the dead move.
So rolling 1.
Lima KIA, 3
Hey,
points
look at those
for
evades though.
John.
All right, so hit crit. So that does kill me. So the hit goes through. And then when I suffer a crit damage, which is Panic Pilot, suffer another damage and repair this card. So,
6 to 4
so yeah,
now.
Lima already shot, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
John,
so
closing that gap.
There's no simultaneous fire to worry about. So Lima.
Down goes Lima. All right. We keep going. Our Lees now. Got the dorsal turret on 9. Obstructed. Is it range 1?
Not range 1.
No. Thanks, John, for answering that question for me. Mic'd up players is very helpful. All right, so it's going to be 2 on 3. 9 has taken his shield upgrade off there as he plunk one through there. Plunked with Lima before she was removed. 2 hits from Arlise. And 9 is going to take 1 more shield. Slowly but surely, and don't call me Shirley.
It's always the hard part with the T70s. It's just they take so long to burn down.
I know. It's well, you know, there's a special kind of pain that I feel whenever I shoot at a T70 and it just rolls natty evades. It's like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, it's an insult to injury. So like, not
Yeah.
only do we have an amazing chassis, but
Just so objectively better than the T65. It's painful playing a T65 when you're going up against T70s. It's just like, oh, this feels not good.
Although excited to see Battle Over Endor Wedge.
Yes, that is. How much do you think he might be? It's got to be. You think he might be 6? Because like 5 is kind of ridiculous for like a guaranteed double modded advanced proton torpedo at I6, and it's hard to avoid getting shot by that because he can link boost or link or boost link focus or barrel link focus.
So checking for objectives. Let's see what they landed on.
Let's see
6
what we
to
got.
7. Next round.
All right, and it is a 1-point game all of a sudden. Round 5
Focus
heading
goes
your way.
away. This goes away.
What is up, Alex? The Chuckins is here. Hello. Who even is target priority in the scum list? Well, obviously Bosk. At this point, yeah, I mean, nobody else has taken any damage. Mandalorian's taken 1, but you're not going to be able to shoot at him. What do you think? You think you just hard turns up to the top to claim a point, right?
Yeah, because I think, for the most part, I think John's in a really good place right now. There's just like if you're able to take Bosk off the table, then he's got. He certainly has enough ships that are going to be looking at him to do that, and like maybe keep one of your T7, like one of your T70s back to claim the bottom left objective. Because I think between Jess, Elo, Temin, and Shasa, should be sufficient to take Bosk off the table. So maybe like a one straight from Shasa to hold on to that center objective, 2 straight with Jess, 2 straight from Temin, and then probably like a 3 bank from Elo, and then like a one or 2 straight from 9, and that way you're gonna have 3 objectives, or at least they're guaranteed at least 2. And if Bosk is dead, then definitely 3. And then would really put Dan in a tough spot where now he's going to have to be like overly aggressive with Fen. And even for Mando right now, it's like it's going to be a couple turns before he can get back into the fight.
I don't know if that 2 straight. I don't know. Is it just a 5K in the 2 talents? Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, so the 5K would have been the move to turn around last turn. Now he's just and Fen can't go straight without hitting the gas cloud. Nothing on John's side. It's kind of backing up what you just said, so I know it might sound redundant. But as you just John is in such a strong position that even though Dan's pieces aren't necessarily, they're not damaged, Bosk is very easy to kill. And with the spread of where John's ships are, he can take 2 or 3 more objective points while Fen and Mandalorian are just trying to not fly off the board / run into a gas cloud. Fen's the only one that could really threaten something.
And even then, and if it's just Fen, it's just like, Shas still has 2 shields left. The T70s all have shields left.
All right, the crit goes to Dan. Oh, no, John. Okay, he rolled the crit. He crossed over then. Do have one more game after this one.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see as to how round 3 turns out, because I know we were talking earlier during the break that there are two of the undefeated players have already won a Store Championship and have their Worlds Invites, and there are 2 players that hadn't, and it could really be a wild west in round 4 if the 2 Store Champs win to set up their around like the round 4 undefeated showdown, and then you probably still have six players that would potentially still have a chance to get to 3-1 and punch the ticket.
I mean that means that that means there would be 2 2-in-1s playing, right? maybe. I'm trying to think how many 2-in-1s there would be at this point. But I want to, maybe it's 4. But then, yeah, whoever wins in those matchups would accept the roll down.
Yeah, because right now, going into this round, there were 8 1-in-1s. So half of those would win.
Yep.
And depending on how the undefeated matchups go, that you would then potentially have like 6 people going into the last round.
Oh, man. Yeah, that is the Wild West for sure. Tevin doing his free boost, getting right there on that objective point.
Let's see if we have any early results.
Just eat the cloud and hope no ion. You know what? I think you're right, because I don't know if you have a choice.
Yeah, so no early results as of yet.
Okay. You got Stephen Weiland, the sideline reporter here, doing some sideline reporting.
It's like 3-1-2 Squadrons coverage of Grognard's Batavia Store Championship live on ESPN.
Every table we have cameras on. Let's switch to table 9. Table 6, what are you up to? Well, Nick, I'm here at table 6, and things are getting fiery as the road roll has gone on. They've tied their road roll 18 straight times.
It's like Pat 2. We've got more rebels on Pat 2.
Pat 2. We've got more Han on Pat 3. If you're wondering, oh, why did Arlise drop a bomb? You have to. Concussion bombs, it's mandatory. Once you drop the first one, as long as you have a charge down, you got to keep dropping it. Got to keep dropping it. It's one of the downsides of concussion bombs is why it's really not like super popular. I know that sometimes people use it to trigger Arlise's ability. We see it sometimes with Saw Gerrera, right? You drop when people are playing, the extended, Wolf Waro and the Azatuk, you drop that concussion bomb on Wolf Waro. He gets that 4th attack die. Because unlike other bombs, concussion bombs, damage is dealt under the shields, and it's dealt face up unless you accept the strain token instead to have it face down. So if you do that and if that happens to you and you're carrying a crate and you take it face down, does that mean you don't drop the crate because you took the strain?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think it's because you're changing the way it's dealt. It's not, but then again, with like Beskar, you do drop the crate, even though you're not taking the crit. You're still being dealt the crit, but you're not holding on to it. It's interesting.
So
let me know if you guys know what that interaction is.
So Dan's close to the top right objective with Mando. Because right now he needs to hold on to as many points as he can get.
Yeah, and he's running out of time. And hello, Gas Cloud.
Yeah. I wasn't straight, but there we go. So I'm going to grab one of your longer ones here.
I like that move by John. Just block up Fen.
Slide on up.
So yeah, Fen Rao putting himself into position the last 2 rounds to he's not really participating the way that Dan needs him to.
There we go.
The Mandalorian, the same thing.
Okay.
That's going to be a story of this game. If Dan doesn't pull it out, is that Fen and the Mandalorian decided to take a tour of the right side of the board for a while.
Stress focus.
I think it's also one of those things where when he did that 2 straight, he held on to the objective, and then he hasn't been back on that objective since then.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he'll have the top right, he'll have the bottom right.
But it looks like.
But the middle will be John's, and the bottom left will be John's. It'll be 2-2, and John will stay with the lead. Or actually, no, sorry, Dan will have to continue the 1-point lead.
So that's my 6. So then your first player, your 5.
So Shasta took shields. Yeah.
So we'll start with LO at range 3 at boss.
Mm-hmm.
Boss, though, could explode here. That's a
spend
good
the
start.
focus.
Okay, boss
That's
is
definitely
rolling
the start
3.
that John's looking for.
2 evades. Bosk loses 1 shield.
Shield down on Bosky Boy.
Held on to his focus, so that's a plus.
Right, let's see what's next here.
That's what I got remembered anyway. Okay.
So then range 3 again from 9 numb.
Yep.
9 just as a
Target
lock.
lock, which I will spend. I should take you stupid focus.
You never.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Absolutely nothing. That's big. That's big because now it's going to be up to Temin to get rid of Bosk. Ooh.
Are you good?
All right.
Jess is
My
nothing.
5 does not have a shot. So then we go to 4s. You're 4, so the range 1.
Marksmanship,
Okay.
so that's a crit, and then
So Bosk
2
needs to
hits.
roll a paint to stay
Okay,
alive.
So Bosk needs to roll paint
Thank you.
to hopefully live. He does.
Oh, just the shield.
Just a
Boss
shield.
spends the focus. He survives. Shield's down on our favorite Trandoshan pilot. Sorry. What's his name? The guy, the Moralo of all. I apologize. Didn't mean to offend. But... All right, so it's Are we? I think we're done shooting. Shasa might have a range 0 shot. Arlee's nothing. Nothing there. Bosk isn't going to have a shot. So Shasa will fire. I think this is the last shot of the round. I actually think Fen Rao is the most vulnerable at range 0. He didn't red focus either.
Safe.
You know, I just realized here, Steven. Bosk has to survive, and Dan locks this game up based on positioning alone. So it's going to be 2-2. Yeah. So it is 9-8 right now. The reason why I say that is
So
if
I
we,
think. So if he closes the foils on Jess, Jess can do a 2 hard barrel and then still hold on to that.
so here's what I'm thinking. Mandalorian just goes straight, right? Arlee's just does a 1 straight or a 1 bank, and Fen just does a 2 bank or a 2 hard.
Claims the
And
center.
yeah, and that'll be 3 points for Dan alone. John is going to have to claim the top left. He's going to have to claim the bottom left. It'll still be a 2-point gap. So and those 2 points are in Bosk. So that's the win condition for John. I just don't see. Right, there's no way that John can get that middle point, right? I don't. 9, if 9 does a hard turn, I guess 9 could bank and barrel roll. He could do that. He could 1 bank barrel roll because Elo can move first. We'll have to see. He might be trying to pursue Bosk though. He might be going all in. So if we do, Elo won't be able to do it.
Another razor type ash.
Yeah. Unless there's a way, I don't think it's possible. There's no way Arlee's, if there's a 2 hard barrel with Arlee's get close enough to the top while keeping the bottom. I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so. That was the only other thing.
Maybe a 1 or 2 bank barrel roll,
Yeah.
but I think that's too far.
guys. Last round. Did I already update the round? Or are we in round 6? I think we're round 6 now. Let's see, do they have it? They have 5. Okay, we'll keep it at 5. My Talon LO. I'm just get both. Yeah. If you want, I can pull up the chat over here for you. It just makes this will just be a little smaller if you're okay with that.
No worries.
Just let me know. I can add the chat if you would like. So last round here, final decisions being dialed in. It's a 9-8 ball game here. It's been a really good game. We've had good games so far today. It's our third good game in a row. And we're not even at good games. So we usually get good games because we're in good games. That's our little HQ, or we call home when we play every week. I love the suburb stores, though, man. I mean, the city is just hard to operate a store like this, and it's just you can't in the city.
That amount of space is just
yeah, you
can't afford it.
No, exactly. It would just be a colossal amount of money. Dice Dojo is surprisingly big, but they have a lot of space dedicated to obviously their store and their Magic the Gathering area, and then in their dungeon, as they like to call it. That's where I started playing with my local group until we moved to Good Games after the pandemic. Good Games is also just super accommodating. They're really awesome. Shout out to Good Games as well as Grognard's. List should be unhidden now. I had mentioned it to our judge, Pasquale, about it. So this might be a rare game where if Dan, assuming Dan does pull this out, where he wins a game without destroying a ship.
It
doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't
right?
happen very often. But
No,
there's, I mean, assault is certainly it's certainly possible with assault.
It feels weird. It almost feels wrong to play through a whole game of X-Wing, a dogfighting game, and no ship dies on one side. Dan, obviously, he did lose Lima, so John has one ship he can claim. Yeah, winning a game without destroying anything is very rare. So if John does do what we mentioned about, trying to get that center point, that's good for Bosk, because that means that multiple ships are declining to pursue him, which will help keep him alive.
Because that's the other piece to it, right? Is that if he only has one objective and kills Bosk, I don't think that would be enough.
No, it would get him up to 11, and Dan would get to 12, assuming he gets 3 objectives.
Which is, I would say, is fairly likely.
Yeah.
If he goes all in.
And you can tell both of these players are running through everything in their head, right? Like, so what happens? Dan holding that dice cup close to the vest there. Dan saying, "Hey, can I pick this maneuver? Just choose how this ship moves." And John says, "Sure, here, you do this one too." Just looking at the dials. So, okay, Steve, I got a question for you. I had this idea, and maybe it might not be helpful, but I thought it would be. I thought it could be. Making, basically, like, I was thinking of, like, for the Patreon, asking the patrons about, like, what ships they fly the most, like, in their lists, and curating little small little cards, like maneuver cards, that they could bring and give to their opponent for their games.
Because I can remember, like, in TTS, they used, like...
Yeah, but we have nothing like that in real life. Like, we just have the dial, but, like, sometimes you have to, like, you already set your dial. Like, not to say that there aren't ways to easily give that information, but I think it would be kind of cool. You could just hand them all to your opponent, and then the entire game they have access to see your maneuvers without having to ask for your dials. So I think maybe as a supplemental thing, that would be fun. It wouldn't be too difficult to make, and it would be, like, Chicago themed and stuff, which would be cool. Yeah. What do you think of that? Stupid?
I mean,
or would be nice to have?
I think it could be pretty nice to have, and I mean, it's also one of those things where, I mean, there's certainly, I mean, ships that get flown frequently, so they're maybe just picking, like, I mean, most frequently flown ships, and then just having, like, one for each faction. It's like this is a frequently flown ship.
Mm-hmm.
And the art that you guys have done so far is really fantastic, and so having some fun art on that would I think that would be something that would be fun, and it's unique. And anytime that you can have a new toy.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We love our toys. That's true. Yeah. It's definitely something to think about for sure. The game's been around long enough. We've had so many opportunities to come up with unique things, and thank you for the compliment about our art. Appreciate that. Work with some great artists as well. You know what it's like, how exciting it is to like have alt arts made, you know?
Yeah, it's the best.
It's awesome. All right, that last concussion bomb forcibly dropped. Now let's see if Dan understands the assignment with keeping everything near those 3 points, the middle, the top right, bottom right. And we see Jess going to the top. If I'm Dan, right, you just, with Boss, you just completely abandon all hope on that objective. You go like 4 straight focus. Like, you just don't expect to be able to contest it. And if you stay there, you will die. Especially with 2 more T-70s there, with Elo and 9 being potential shots you're taking. Jasa. And is going to be ionized. And we'll lose the lock. We'll see if I'll remind them if Shasa actually gets to shoot.
Yeah, so we've got the 3 Talon. All right, so moving I-4. Dan's got the 1 bank, so holding on to that objective.
Here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I did the right thing. Oh well. So that's my 4 Bosk.
Yep.
3 bank.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, that's range 2. That's range 2. If I barrel roll over here, I think I get out of your arc. Yep. I think I just get out. Oh. No, I think I'm still in. So better to have the mod. Take the focus.
Just stay there and focus.
That's Bosk. So those are my 4s. So your 5s.
I'm going to close my wings in case this doesn't work like I think.
All right.
I'm doing it too hard in front of 9.
Okay, what happened to my too hard?
Too hard. I got it right here.
Oh, here it is. Too hard here? Like this?
This way, yep,
Okay.
towards that objective.
So we're going for the bottom left. Again, it all comes down to, is he trying to get the middle?
And we'll boost forward.
Nothing else will matter.
Okay.
I think a bank boost doesn't work, so...
Let's see. So
Okay, 9
12.
down.
Yeah, no, you get up to 12. It would be
1
tied
bank.
then, right? So if he
Yep.
kills Bosk and he gets those 2 points, then it would be
Closing the wings.
12,
Closing the
and
wings,
then
okay.
3 points for Dan would be 12. So
And
then it would
wings
be
are
tied.
closed.
Barrel roll in towards the
There it
forward.
is. There it is. Yep,
Out
there's
this
that
way.
bank barrel roll.
We'll take a stressful focus.
Okay. Barrel roll, stress focus.
So now Fenn's just going to need to
Okay,
contest.
stressful focus. Good.
Okay. All right.
Looks like
Okay,
this is
my
tilting more in John's
5.
favor. If Bosk is killed, he scores 2. That gets John to 12. And it would be 12-11 final. Dan would only get 11. Mandalorian just gonna hang out. Man, so
Although he'll have, it looks like, I mean, Jess's gesture shot looks like it's a range 3. Into Bosk.
yeah,
And
he has one unmodded shot with Temin, and then a range 3 unmodded, well, single modded with the focus, but no rerolls for Jess. Fen just gonna stay there and focus and contest. So it comes. Does it come down to Bosk? I think it does.
oh, Dan is barrel rolling?
Yeah, he's still got it. I think he really wants to make sure he's shooting at somebody who's taking almost no damage. He's taking a couple shields. I think he's trying to protect. This might be forcing, like, that might be a range 3 shot there. It might be out. I don't know. That angle's a little weird. Bosk is out there. All right, so Fen first. Bomb goes off, hits nobody. Fen range 1, fearless, all that stuff is active. 5 dice into Nian, who has taken 2 shields, but still has 6 hit points left. And okay, just 5. All right, no crits though, no crits. So can't die, and takes 4. Down to 2 hull.
Does Arlise have a dorsal turret shot?
Ooh, I don't think so. But, we'll find out. I feel like he's tempted to shoot the Y-Wing, even though that might not be the right call.
And then it was two damage cards?
Yeah, 2 damage cards. Does he have the shot? Oh, I think he does.
You do.
Oh, he does. It's obstructed, though. Bosk has a focus. It's on the other side of him.
Like, only rolling 2 dice, though. Because the wings are,
2.
Oh, 2 hits, though.
Bosk, he needs to roll a couple natural evades. Does. He rolls 3. He rolls 3. Okay. You got that shot out of the way. You got 2 more scaries coming in, though. The Mandalorian's got nothing. What a epic final round here. Comes down to Bosk. He's got only 2 hull left.
Can.
Oh no, you're right. You're good. No
Yeah.
bullseye.
Okay.
Just 3.
3 on
Range
2.
2 here. Unmodded from Temin. Hoping for some dice luck. Oh, that's a crit from
That's
Temin.
monster.
Oh no, he's going to have to roll some paints. He does. He rolls. Oh my God.
Ben takes
Takes a crit.
Boss takes
Disable
a crit.
power regulator.
Okay, it's not a
Before
it's
you
not a
engage,
direct.
Gain an ion token. I'm just
Just
gonna go
disable
give
power
myself an
regulator. Who
ion token right
cares?
now.
It's the last round.
There's the ion token.
He
All
still has the
Bosk
focus.
is alive on 1 health.
Wow.
Okay, it's not over
So
though.
that's
Jessica
your
Pava
4s, right?
has maybe a
So
range
my
3.
4.
It could be range
so
2.
We'll do a cluster missile.
We're listening in. We get this.
Through the
We're doing this
cloud.
cluster missile for funsies.
We will spend the target lock. Cluster missile. Finally getting to shoot a cluster missile. So that was mine.
Shasa.
And the focus becomes a crit with his ability.
Oh,
I'm straight.
hit it crit.
So
Takes
just
one way.
Roll. Okay,
so
roll
he
too many
takes-
dice. Gets the reroll. Watch. It's gonna be an evade. Watch. Oh, it's
Take
still a
all.
Blake.
So it
Hit
takes-
it
hit
crit.
crit.
Going to Shasa. This could do it. A
Crit is a
direct will
direct.
finish off
2
Shasa.
hits and a crit.
2 hits and a
Hit.
crit is.
Structural.
Oh,
One shy.
Not dead.
All right, so rest is up to Jess.
It's up to
yes.
I
Jess.
have range,
It's
please keep
up
that
to
range.
Jess. Here we go. We're checking range.
No. Well, let's see. All right.
Oh, we gotta hold him down. Hold him down.
It is. No, it is 3.
Okay.
They can fit.
All right.
See how they fit
Yeah.
between there?
3. All right, I have no rerolls because I don't have anybody at range 1.
No rerolls. Okay, Jess, range 3 into Bosk on 1 hole for the game. If Bosk lives, Dan will win. Jess, no rerolls, just the focus. Just rolls 3
Oh,
natural.
3 natural hands.
Bosk needs 3 paints. Shake that dice cup up, Dan. Shake it up. Shake it up. And he gets the paints! And Bosk lives! Bosk lives! Bosk lives!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, man! That's the way the game ends. Oh, unbelievable. Can you believe it? As Harry Carey would say, holy cow. That's 2 points for Dan. 2 points for John. 11-10 is your final score. Wow. There it is, the handshake. I mean, honestly, this game feels it feels like that was like to determine it all. It's just round 3. But like, you love the intensity. You love the high stakes final down to the last couple shots. Unreal, the defensiveness of Bosk this game. He didn't roll a blank.